Hey, I am Greg Woodruff, a creative producer at Gary Music Productions in Nashville, Tennessee. And today I want to talk to you about graphic creation and animations and storytelling. And particularly, I would like to talk to you about an associate that I got to work with whose name is Christopher Gunn. I started working for Gary Music Productions about 7 years ago. Previous to that, I had a theatrical background. I worked for multiple different theater companies and touring companies as a producer and as a writer and a director. The difference of moving into Gary Music Productions was that they were a little bit more associated with corporate marketing and also just large-scale, incredible events to inspire and to excite the attendees and to educate the attendees. I had the opportunity to work with Christopher Gunn. He would help us to create the most incredible and compelling graphics to help to tell the client's story, to help to get people connected and feel proud about the brands that they were working with. It was an incredible journey. I learned so much working with him because he had such an incredible attention to detail. We were always very specific about the different colors that you have to use, how high the resolution was, and that might sound like mumbo jumbo to some people, but to these clients, especially people that are working in the corporate environments, there's such a high expectation and attention to detail. And Gary always used to tell us that the devil's in the details. And I thought that Christopher Gunn did that really, really well. One of my favorite things that has come out of broadcasting are animations. My associate, Christopher Gunn, I used to go into his office and I'm like, okay, can we take this animation, can we just like break it apart into little pieces and then make it do something fun? Let's give it some personality and some life. And he was like, yeah, absolutely. Totally, I love doing this type of thing. And so he started creating these animated graphics, and it was so magical because all of a sudden our companies that were so terrified about the things that were happening during the pandemic found themselves like lit up and excited about their brands in a way that they hadn't before, because they were seeing elements that they might see on a national commercial happening in association with their particular virtual broadcasting stream. It became like a favorite topic oftentimes whenever these companies would walk away. In fact, there were many fundraisers that came in. Like we typically do the Heart Gala every year, and we have done the Nashville Wine Auction for a number of years. And it was just so fun to watch their faces light up when, the wine auction saw their little wine bottles clinking together or rolling across the screen. And it just brought a sense of life and effervescence when we were all like locked in our own houses. It was like a way for us to just, to dream a little bit again and to get excited about our lives outside of the pandemic. So as a small takeaway, I'd like to use a saying that my boss uses all the time, which is inspect what you expect. And I'll tell you what, that's exactly what you're gonna get with Christopher Gunn. He has an incredible attention to detail. He also has a wild imagination of creativity, but he's not gonna push you farther than you want to go. He's gonna keep things really consistent with your branding guidelines, and then maybe just give you a little spark of that extra that gets you to invoke a memory or to think of something in a slightly different way. And that's what I love about working with him. I remember the first time that I saw those animations start to come alive, I just knew that we were tapping into something really special and really exciting. It's always been just a real pleasure to work with him because he's been such a rock solid asset, but also just a great person to just take it above and beyond.